Welcome viewers, Sydney Harbour Supercup invitation event, 18-footers Sydney Harbour, with some legends of the sport for a couple of quick sprints on a Friday night. What could possibly go wrong? I'm Andrew Buckland. I'm joined in comedy today by James Fury and Michael Coxon Jr., skipper of the mighty Smeg. Coco, you're allowed to show your bias today. Who's operating your machine today, mate?
We've got the famous Trevor Barnabas, but he's not only operating that, he's got along with him his son and grandson, which I think is probably a first, no doubt. I think in nearly any sport to have three generations sailing a competitive boat. So I think he's pretty happy, and we've got the entourage out, Bucko, from Smeg, including Emma, all the way. He's come in from Italy too, which he was really excited to come down here, given he used to sponsor Trevor back in the early days. Yeah.
No, it's pretty fantastic, isn't it? And for those of you who aren't perhaps aware, Trevor's recently sort of allegedly fully retired and commenced the circumnavigation of Australia in a nice, beautiful carbon fibre catamaran that he bought, but didn't get very far, you were saying, Coco.
Well, I guess COVID's played a part of that, and Trev was saying in the park earlier he's got to stop saying yes to people who ask him to do a bit of building work. So I think he's pretty keen, and his wife Gail's pretty keen to get a bit further than Palm Beach. I spent a little bit of time talking to him about the east coast of Australia, but he did go and buy all the charts, so there's ambition, right? Oh, he's got the charts, he's been tweaking it, it's got everything that opens and shuts, and ready to go. I think he's itching to actually get out of there.
It's a very nice bit of kit. Okay, so the rest of the fleet, Jimmy, one of the more interesting entrants, if you like, Nathan Wilmot steering Shaw and Partners today. Gold medalist, obviously, with long-time crew Malcolm Page.
I ran into Pagey just before at Middle Harbour Yacht Club, and he said he hasn't answered one phone call from Nathan Wilmot. When it got announced, he knew what the phone call was about, so he's going to ring him back tonight.
Oh, sorry I missed your call. One of those?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. And from the mighty 16-footer club of Manly, Dolly Davola steering the Rag and Famish.
Yeah, the great Dolly. It'll be good to see him back out. He nearly won it last year. And then, it was he's the junior coach from Manly 16s. Does a very good job down there. But the guys there on screen, I think that's the one that's not in the way. We'll just wait for Smeg to go past, and there you go, Noakes Blue. What do you think of them?
That's David Witt, Tom and Tom. So that's an old dream team that
the old appliance online, right?
They finished a close second, I think it was, against Napo, or might have got pipped into a third, but went into the last day with those three going for it. So I think Witty's hoping this dark clouds down south start rolling in.
No, they're rolling. They're rolling. But Coco, as a long-time observer, and your comment on this would be appreciated, I think, some of the things that Witty and the Tom-Toms were able to do did alarm and astonish us, didn't they?
Oh, definitely, and even going back even further than that, Witty, he is as mad as a cut snake, but I think that's what everyone loves about him, and it's good. It's good he's happy to keep coming back and making an appearance.
Yeah, no, it's great, and obviously making a pretty good fist of the 100-footer.
Yeah, totally. I think he got line honours during the week and won the Big Boat Challenge.
Won the Big Boat Challenge and won one of the passage races on the Monday. So.
Yeah, so, it'd be interesting to see how it evolves. And for the viewers, it did look as if, in the light air, it's a contest between the skinnier boats. So that's that boat and Blackjack and so forth, right? And formerly Wild Oats, obviously.
Well, there's one of his crew there on screen on Tech 2, Luke Parkinson. He's one of the scallywags.
Yeah, so as we go down the page, Luke Parkinson steering the Jack McCartney on the main sheet and Lewis Brake in the bow, just rejigged the normal combination.
The combo, yeah. Well, Luke's been filling in a little bit this year, so
filling in a lot, I would say,
on the main, exactly. For Charlie, and then Jack's probably taken a step forward. He hasn't been on the sheet for a while. He's been steering, probably for the last 10 years, but he was a formidable crew with his old mate Micah Lane. Shout out to Micah. I'd say good day to him. Being on the mic, he's hard at work, hopefully trying to sell boats, but he was asked to come down last minute, but I don't think he wanted to get himself too wet.
No, perhaps not. And just to join a few threads together there, Coco, we shouldn't forget that David actually sailed in the bow with Jack and nearly won the Giltman, and had a bit of a bad last day. You know,
with Sharko,
gale force nor'easter in the Rag and Famish.
That's right.
So, you know, for those of you who know Woody and think that he's just a guy that drives a big boat around and talks to people.
Yeah, no, good effort getting on the bow.
Exactly. You know, and he wasn't the youngest at the time, but
the smallest.
Or the smallest, and they got pretty close. And so
we're on the Andu there, Sevi. Now, this is a regular team, but given he's won 7 or however many of these he's won, 10 or 12, these JJs, he's decided to come out. He's legendary enough.
That's good enough. With Matt Stenner and Sam Newton, they'd probably be close to favourites for today, I would have thought.
Oh, you would have thought so. He'd be a bit of a shot. He'd hope he would. He's got some new grip deck on the boat. He's sporting a bit of an injury. There's a few people sporting injuries out there at the moment, but got their full lineup, so they'd certainly be hoping to do well.
And talking about injuries, Coco, when are we likely to see you back?
Oh, the big toe. I think she'll be fine for Sunday. I'm coming back. Yep.
There we go. You heard it here first.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
So, let's hope. Let's see if I get off this camera cat in one piece. Yeah.
I will look after you.
We'll look after you, mate. She'll be right. Okay. Finport, pretty strong-looking team. Goobs Jensen, Nathan Outteridge and Kyle Langford. Wow.
That's a lineup.
Not bad. Not bad. I saw Nathan in the park earlier, and he did say that. Well, obviously, I laughed at the team being so good, but he knows it's still going to be a handful. They always are at 18, just getting that crew work going. But he's been doing a bit of sailing also on the lake. Jimmy, about where of that? He's sort of got himself into a 16, I believe.
Yeah, up at Belmont. I believe there's a combination of Nathan Outteridge, Tom Slingsby and Ian Jensen up the bow. So that's a bit of a...
it'll be good when everyone knocks them off. It'll be a good thrill for the rest of the fleet.
I think it's fantastic, and give them 1,000 points for having a shot at it.
Yeah.
Well, you got Tommy Burton's also on one up there at the moment. He was planning on sailing on the helm, and the young guy that they got was a fair bit lighter than him, so he jumped forward and onto the sheet. As you know, in the 16s, the skipper sits in, so that sort of sealed that deal for him. But yeah, I think these guys I think they're borrowing the fluid from Manly, so that'll be interesting to see how that all washes out.
Okay. Well, another gold medalist who we spoke about, Nathan Wilmot, he's also doing it, with Pagey. So,
Pagey, and who else is he doing it with? I've sort of heard that.
He might have Phil Harmer. He had Lynx. He came out of retirement of 8 years and went out into a 25-knot southerly last Saturday. I went up to the hill and watched.
Well done.
They all. I was feeling for Lynxie being, actually first time on a 16, and it turns out Nate's sporting a massive bruise. He hit his head. Pagey was a bit gassed as well, so I think they were all a bit spent, but bit of work to do, obviously.
So we're on the Birkenhead Point Marina in the first bit of a squirt that's sort of landed down at the water level here. So we're just adjacent to the CBD of Sydney, to the east, directly of the Centre Point Tower. A little bit squirrely, but I suppose, Coco, the wind range 8 to 18 would cover it right now. Big low pressure cell in the Tasman Sea, east of Montague Island, generating some ferocity down there, and hopefully we'll get a couple of races in before it arrives. But looking to the south now, I'd be thinking it will build.
Oh, it's certainly, there's a good 15-knot puff here, but where the top mark's laid, it's
difficult.
Sort of right under that city front, and I think you'd be lucky if it was 5 knots. So you'll need a few Jesus cards today, I'd say.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Wesley on Sydney Harbour.
Beautiful thing. Not so much. So we've got signals now on the committee boat into 5 minutes. This is a pretty short track. I think the committee did say they would fit in 0.8 of a mile. Not sure it is 0.8 of a mile. Probably is 0.8 of a mile. Marked nicely camouflaged against the sandstone buildings in the background. That's standard though, isn't it, Coco?
Oh, most of the time in this breeze it is, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough
Who
one.
we got on? We've got Hugh Stoddart again.
Yep.
Birkenhead Point. Hugh obviously famous for his Asco Rock fiasco back many years ago. He was, we had some really tough battles with Hugh. on Team Asco. And certainly when he hit that rock, it made some press, and that's how Hugh's remembered these days. But he won a couple of nationals and was a very good competitor.
What did he say? It was only one go that I mucked up.
That's right. We all go through there holding our breath each time, wondering where that rock is.
I've hit it, not at an 18, fortunately. But
Andrew's still just sussing out the line. Sebi having a bit of a run at it.
Your yacht coming past.
Yeah. Go Smeg.
And it is funny though, Michael, isn't it? Watching some of these guys, you think you've got to remind from the old 16-footer sailors. Sometimes revert to type, you know, a bit. 18-footers don't sail well with nobody on the wing.
Well, no. I have sailed a 16 for one day, and I don't think I'll ever come back.
No.
Although an 18 is
Hose
fantastic
Expo,
with
wasn't
the power, and
Yeah.
I think they're a bit easier hitting the wing. You know, when you're in trouble, just run and jump.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the wing will save you either way. If it hits the water, it's not the end of the earth.
Not the end of the world.
No, the 16's a hard boat, and a learned colleague here, James Bury, a couple of national titles to the good in a 16. But Jimmy, your 18-footer career was brief as well, I gather.
Very brief. I sort of was in there and then out of there into the 49ers when that all sort of happened, and then we that sort of started to get very expensive travelling overseas. So we went back and got a 16 and started getting some young guys together and putting in the hard yards of running through boats, and there's no wings on the other side and splashing down.
All good. No, but I mean, for the viewers, the standard at the front of the 16-footer fleet is probably, in my view, has been the highest standard in Australia. And I was just looking at the who'd won what kind of thing, and there's now an era of turners, isn't there, really?
Yeah, the turners are sort of having a go at the moment. And, well, the young bloke that's the current national champion, Warwick Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He's...
that was a good effort.
But, yeah, he trained the house down with Tommy Burton. I can't remember who else was with him, but they did a good job.
So the Lazarus with normal crew and James Doran steering.
Yes, Dozza. Late call up again.
Yep.
You try and make him the latest call-up you can make, isn't it?
I've got to thank Dozza. He took me out for dinner on Wednesday night after our work Christmas party. Thanks, Dozza. He was threatened to, I think he might be sailing with Trent Barnabas tomorrow on the 16 as well with a 27-knot forecast.
He'll be fine.
Anyway, back to the 18s. We've only got probably, 2 minutes to go.
Just inside 2 minutes.
18 knots has just hit.
And the first bit of solid pressure just got us. Racking up behind us, the
Burrawang Hotel, Nerney.
Simon Nern, the club president. We're reliably informed. European champion 1996, sponsored by Musto. How's that?
Oh, there you go. Okay, that'll be a minute to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most boats lining up on starboard. Birkenhead on port along with Yandu. It's a short line, so you've either got to get it spot on if you're going to get that port hander right. But what's the saying?
Coco, you're not sailing, so there'll be nobody on port, okay? Clear?
Oh, looks like there's going to be a couple of odd blokes on port.
Clear. Well, nobody. There's not enough line length, mate, as you observed.
No, well, we got Woody still set up. What have we got, Bucko? 40 to go or something?
30, I'd say.
30, okay.
30 seconds.
20 seconds now.
Nice little line, but little would be the operative word. So Woody's going to go through on port and duck him.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Smith looking good.
Noakes Blue sheeted on pretty early. There's no recall. Woody's a bit timid. He's tacking at the gun.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, clear start. Nice start there on the Smeg. Andu on the boat, a little late. And nice one, Whitty, on port, heading out to the right.
So Andu with their brand new rig, all good. And Whitty and the Tom Toms on port. At the other end, Birkenhead Point. Yandu also on port now with Lazarus. Getting puffy and turning left, Coco. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yeah, Woody in a really good line there. So he managed to just duck the rest of those lead pack, and
he knows that there's more wind on the right edge. Yandu in front.
Yeah, just in front. Lazarus just on his hip, along with Smeg out to the left as well. Woody's in a good puff here now. Witty, I should say. Which side would you be going here, Bucko?
I think you've got to go hard right. I'm not sure about that. But
I think the beat's short enough that you just got to basically try and point at that mark, don't you? Minimise the tax.
well, more pressure here where Noakes is here, Noakes Blue.
Yeah.
Missing a baton and a jib or something, are they?
Yeah, it looks that way. I did see Tom fine-tuning that headsail before he went out. Obviously not enough.
Not enough.
It's
Yeah,
good to see Whitty back in the 18s, isn't it? He's been stuck overseas.
Oh, you've been lurking around the last few weeks. Witty, yeah, so Noakes Blue tacking over now on the starboard. Woody's a clear cross still with Lazarus and Smeg just out to the left on his hip. Woody coming into some nice pressure shortly in about 10, so he should slightly extend.
So, Coco, it looks as if it would be possible to approach the mark from the port tack low line. See what happens.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, that's, I guess, Woody's approach is keep it simple. He's minimising manoeuvres.
Yeah.
He's in a nice puff now. He'll just, I'd say he'll just go to the lay. He hasn't got a lot of choice. And the guys on his hip are slightly bound down to him, so he should be good.
Geez, a long way up inside the jib there, isn't he?
He is. Well, he's got his what you'd call a larger jib, which goes to the number 1 four-stay takeoff. So he's just obviously feathering it.
Just looked a bit surprising though, didn't it? Like top third fully inside out.
I think he's just trying to hold up into a little lefty, which he's just dropping off on now.
Yeah.
He's sort of falling off on that, and Smeg and Finport are just holding up as well as Lazarus. So
Yes.
typical Wesley, but there's another big line coming down now.
And the mark's not unplayable by any stretch, is it? So, yeah, and your boys are going to lead here.
Yeah.
The multiple Barnaby in the lead, I think.
Oh, well. He takes it pretty seriously, Trev. He rang me last night to say if he wanted to drive the boat down. I said I had it in hand, but he was here. He was first in the park out of the lot of them. So,
No, he was always first in the park since he was in the Manly Junior, mate.
Old Orb, making sure of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Breeze just softening a little.
Going to lead by a couple of boat lengths.
Hey.
Well, oh, yes. And it'll be good. I mean, good if they can get a couple of races in. The probability is it's going to get pretty windy by about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I think they'd be happy just with a couple of races, some of those older legs, but I guess let's wait and see. Smeg set up for a bear away now. Zach's just popping the jib.
Finport in the tide just behind everyone.
Little nose kiss.
Finport's won the prize. First man in.
It's it. Woody going for the bear away now. He's got a little soft spot.
It wasn't the tidiest, but the Smeg looks pretty tidy now.
Yeah, kite's up.
Evaded the shipping mark. Off they go. So coming into the mark, Lazarus.
Yeah.
And they've got the job done pretty well, actually.
Who have we got on the Lazarus again? Remind me.
Doz.
Dozza.
The Doz, Cam Gundy and Geronimo Harrison. So the normal front end.
Okay. And here comes Whitty in now with that headsail. I think the headsail's off to leeward. He's just going for the bear away. Nice and safe. No jib. Tom's in. The other Tom's in. And the Burrawang Hotel. Nerdy. Ooh.
Looking wiggly.
Yeah, he just ran up the back of Noakes.
A squaring puff coming here, Coco.
Yep.
So these blokes will be lifted on starboard jibe. Look at that. Look at the angle. Wow.
Andu's made up a little bit of time there. Good set.
Yeah, they started in row C for some reason.
Finport again,
Finport.
just off screen. There we go.
Okay. Tech 2 just rounding over the top of those.
That's twice we've called them just off screen.
So,
Oh yeah, no, that's no way back from that in a short sprint race. Shaw and Partners, well, not quite bringing up the rear with 2 people in the tide.
that's right.
But here comes Hubie Stoddart. Looks like just avoiding the Finport.
Yep. chute doesn't want to go up, does it? Oh.
And sort of further down the track, I guess, Bucko. If they're not far
Shore
off
Partner's about to take an eat here if they're not careful. Huey kept her upright. Wow, with no speed on.
That was one for the books, wasn't it, Bucko?
Yep. Down the bay, looking on screen there. Andu coming at them pretty nicely. Not sure what happened in the pre-start, but they weren't in the lineup really, were they? They were idly.
Oh, Lazarus, a tight one on Lazarus on the mark as well. We got Andu and Noakes.
So that's the face of the path.
Yeah.
And this. Wow, it's a short corner, isn't it? Wow. The Lazarus jibe drop at the bottom. Here we are. We're travelling with Shore Partners.
Yeah, nice bit of pressure. They're going to coming up to the lee of Clark Island here soon, so I'd expect they're probably going to try and come to the lay of that bottom mark. So he's got to go a few more boat lengths than you expect him to join.
He's there now.
Oh. Yeah. Bottom mark, there's a lot of action. Andu trying to knock off their chute. And Smeg just rounds. Woody led them round the fleet.
Yep. Good puff though, about 20 knots of wind there in the middle of that puff, I think.
And we missed, I think it was Lazarus that missed the mark and capsized.
Yep. So Parky's got the Tech 2 up into the view of the podium. Good execution there from them.
Yeah, up into fourth.
Sure, there'll be a quiet conversation going on between those two.
Yeah, Tommy Ando, the Whisperer, he's just getting out on the wing now, having got that kite away. Typical skipper, didn't give him a lot of time to get it away.
Pressing, it's called pressing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just eating up inside Smeg at the moment. Yeah, Noakes and Tech 2. Tech 2 tack over onto starboard.
So here's a good thing about these boats. Once you've been in the water a few times, as in wing dip and whatever else, any nerves you had are dissipated, aren't they?
Well, they are, and any energy you had too. So expect another swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a split in the fleet.
Wow. And you'd almost look at that, Cocker, wouldn't you, and say, you know, Noakes and Smeg on screen going out to the right. The Tech 2 boys might be on the right side of this.
Well, they're certainly in pretty good pressure, but it's, yeah, once again, it's pretty puffy.
And just looking at the flags on the top of the bridge, which is in the far part of the screen. Breeze turned left at the top of the bridge, so...
Yeah, big time.
No, but Yandu still leads pretty easily. And Tech 2 just had to take avoiding action on Finport, who've done a good recovery, Michael.
Indeed, yeah. They did get that up pretty quick.
Yeah. For a swim with a shoot up, that's a good effort. So very much two different winds here. Tech 2 in high left and Yandu in the distance high right.
Yeah. Wow. That's the famous wow, Bucko. I'm used to hearing that.
Yeah, wow.
It's a bit different being here on the camera, Cat.
It's good to be on board, Bucko.
There's lots of things to say wow about. But,
I know.
Yeah.
But,
well, this is the best seat in the house by quite a long way.
Oh, well, I know. You've definitely made it a lot more inviting for people to come out.
Yeah.
Refreshments in front.
That's right.
Cold water.
Cold water. That's right.
So Whitty managed to hold off Tech 2 there. Made a clear cross. He'll be setting up to tack shortly.
Yeah, Tech 2 got a bit chicken winged up, didn't they? So that cost them a few lengths. Good to see that the muscle wiring's still in there with Whitty and the Tom-Toms. They're
Tom-Toms.
looking actually pretty seamless. And,
Yeah.
in the background there, Birkenhead, sort of a lap in arrears, more or less.
That's right. Yep. It looks like Yandu on the approach to the top mark. Bucko, he's probably going to set up shortly.
Yeah, he's on the lay. Andu in the foreground here. Yandu bearing away at the top. Got the job done. Just a run to the finish, so it's all over pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's the Tech That's the thing. Just minimise your tax on such short races. Bit of bump here. Yeah, Yandu's got himself into a nice puff there. He should be away. As Smeg do a nice hairy bear away, but they're okay.
And
Now for the kid.
oh, that's me.
Yeah, no, they're right. Halyard's up. Nice little. Get that wine glass out. Yeah, well, that's one of those holes that that Woody's just run into, and he's about to get smacked by another puff.
The wing in the water job. So I can tell you this: the Smeg boys are a chance here on the face of this puff.
Yeah, well, so too is Noakes. Noakes had a terrific set, and it's sort of they're just behind Smeg. Yeah, in pursuit. So they're pretty much laying the finish line as they are, I'd say. Certainly the pin end.
Yeah, it's a nice long line, isn't it? Make it easy for the old fellas.
Yeah, and pressure coming down, so it,
Pressure with header.
yeah,
Okay.
the Noakes is really got a whipped up here at the moment.
Yeah.
But Trev's taking Woody's style, just sitting in, just nursing at home. That seems to be the new technique. I think it's not doesn't seem to be affecting John Winning at all. He's the form boat. As
There we are on Yandu.
Yeah,
About
he's-
to cross the finish line.
he's getting close.
Just
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Whitty pressing hard to try and roll Trev, but I think Treno's got on his ear and he's told him to get out on the wire, so he's managed to just get out and he's holding Whitty off. Whitty was coming at him pretty quick then. But
three strings versus 2.5, Coco.
that's it.
The answer is usually the same. Not.
Wow.
But Whitty at
Good finish.
Yep.
full noise, we'd call that.
Tech 2 had to knock their chute off just back here to make the line.
Yeah, sure.
Wow, so that's how much header there was, and
Yeah.
that wind direction change presages the probability of a build as well. And you can see already, I think, Michael, can't you?
There's definitely a build.
Yeah. And the air temperature's gone down a bit too, if I'm not mistaken, Jimmy. Is that correct?
Just turn the air conditioning on the camera cat, mate.
Oh, get out.
Or we're going backwards into the breeze. 1 or 2, it's quite nice.
The apparent wind's gone up a bit. Yeah. Okay.
Here comes the Andu. So the super team, they didn't quite live up to what we thought, Bucko. I think it was all won and lost at that start.
They're short of about 20 days of sailing, I would observe.
And Bucko putting the commentator's curse on them.
And I've cursed them a couple of times, you know. I've sunk them at least twice.
Well, they're flagging to get across that finish line now.
Yeah, that tells you, oh, look at this.
Oh, and they didn't get across the finish line.
Sorry, folks.
Close enough.
And that's what happened to them at the bottom mark as well. They got the wrong side. They
That's probably what happened.
Had to go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
good bit of puff, plenty of angle. It's a jib reach now, mate.
How's Sevi feeling being back on the helm, Coggo?
Oh, I think he's fine. I think he'll be itching. I mean, I think obviously he's sporting a bit of an injury, so that's never fun when you sort of come back. He did his ankle the other day, but you know, if you remember, he jumped in 2 years ago and helmed the winning appliances with the Babinator and Sam. So I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He does enough of it.
Yeah.
Shore and Partners just finished.
Back in full health, indeed. Would be good.
Lazarus.
Oh, that was a good comeback, Shore and Partners.
Yep. Yep. And the absolute legends are going to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, people can be critical, but these boats aren't that easy, particularly in a westerly on Sydney Harbour. I mean, you could barely find, except for maybe San Francisco, you could barely find a more difficult place to have a quick spin.
Yeah.
With
I think San Francisco's got to be easier, I'd say. Might be windier, but
depending on which way the tide's going.
that's true.
Yeah, true.
That's a fun place.
Yeah, no,
Here comes the fin port.
It is good.
It looks like we could have a scratching too.
Yeah, the Burrowang looks like they've gone home for whatever reason. And
Or he's just going to come back down for another race.
No, he's a bit injured as well from their big swim in that big westerly.
Yeah.
So
So on the fin port.
Yep. All good. Kyle Langford, Nathan Outeridge and Goobs Jensen. Fantastic.
That's right. There you go.
Three higher profile names in the sport you would struggle to find.
Yeah, right now, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, Burling and Tuke and that just about tops it out, doesn't it?
I'd say so.
Yeah. So, folks, looking west to the city, some lowish, darkish, cloudish. Jimmy, what do you reckon? Number 5, Jib?
Number 5.
Yeah.
And, I think it's my turn off watch. I'll go downstairs for now.
Make a cup of tea for me, will you?
Geez, almost need to get the sunnies out.
No, it's strange, isn't it?
What do they call that thing?
There's the Birkenhead Point Marina just coming around for the last time.
And good work from them too. Get her up, capsize or the spinnaker up, got it going again.
It looked like Timmy Westwood and... Yeah, Timmy's in the... Timmy, there you go. It's just confirmed. Timmy Westwood's on the sheet and Alex Chittenden up the bow. So we had that down as Felix Daviaro.
Yeah, we did. No, you're quite right. It was Tim, yep.
They're off to the zoo at the moment, Bucko.
Well, a little bit of rotation, Jimmy. Who would have thunk, eh?
In good puff.
Good angle.
Great angle.
Look at this.
Oh. Well, Doug did say he was trying to set the course so they didn't have to do too many jives, so...
Just one set, one drop and
keeping
a
it
little
simple.
two-sail.
Yeah.
Just going to come around
Just
this way just to get out.
Just not quite laying. Nice though. He's probably just going to lay. He's just got enough lull to get there, maybe. No? Outside.
No, he's there.
He's there. Just. Nice.
Beautiful, yeah. Oh, Hubert enjoying it. I think he's been out, perhaps watching. I think he might have one of his boys in
The
doing South
29ers,
Sydney.
yeah, I think in the 29ers, young Ash Stoddard.
Right, yeah, that's been on at the moment.
All right.
As they get out of the class, and then they go start following their kids around, and then occasionally come back and sail on an 18.
Hopefully put on a good show so they can sit down with the kid and go, see, I told
That's
you,
right.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I know that's certainly what was going through Linksey's mind last weekend. He thought he'd show his son, Daniel, who's a great little 29er sailor at the moment. He thought he'd go and sail with an Olympic gold medalist just so he could bit of bragging rights.
Oh, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So, Michael, the 29ers, it's only a little boat really, isn't it? What's the sort of crew weight they're using in those boats at the top level now?
Oh, you're asking the wrong bloke.
Am I?
You'd have to say it's a bit of a whip it on the helm, and then you'd have, I'm guessing sort of 70 odd kilos, crew.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think back in the day, you'd get a young guy and you'd have someone like Ewan McNichol who would have been 75. He'd be crewing. So I'd say it's much the same as that. Yeah. But still a competitive fleet.
Yeah, it just looks like a high-speed Cherub in a sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but still going strong.
Oh, pretty good boat. Pretty good boat.
Yeah, we heard a little siren go there off our start boat, did we?
I think it's just let them know that something's going to be happening soon.
Signals in 30 seconds, I'd say. Cocker.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
No sign of moving the top mark?
There'll be no recalls. There'll be no mark resetting. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, based on that fact, we might go down the other end of the line for this one, so we can see some faces rather than
the sterns.
the empty wing to leeward.
Right. Shit, we get the boat? Do we get the signals?
There we go.
Yep, there we go. 5 minutes. Well, the Smeg are in a little bit of trouble up forward here. They've had a swim, but they've just got it up.
The auto-covering ferry, Cocker. He's good, isn't he?
Not bad.
So the committee not mucking around. Fine work. Signals up. 4 minutes and 40 seconds till we start again. Same course, no alteration in anything except the wind has turned left and slightly increased.
And the rain's holding off.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We had that on Tuesday for the big boat. Literally just lifted off. We had sunshine for the whole time we were covering the big boats, and then the minute we got back, packed up, got back to the boat to have the all-important beverages, the heavens opened up on us.
Got to say, Jimmy, the coverage was pretty impressive. And, you know, from watching, I'd got a very good sense of how the race evolved, you know, so well done to the commentators. And Shipway was pretty darn good, wasn't he?
Well, Jimmy, if God listens to you, tell him just to cut the rain. We're done with it.
Mate, if I walked into a church, you'd need more than acro props to hold that roof up.
Like, Coco, you know something about this.
Mm.
If we just have a look at Teg 2 there, how old is that jib? They haven't bought their best sales out today, have they?
No, that would be, that's probably going back a couple of years, yeah. Oof. But, you know, no issues.
No. But it is interesting talking to Jack. He's saying, no, we haven't used our good jib yet. You know, watch, you know. So he's very conscious of conserving, you know, his newest bits of equipment, that's for sure.
Oh, sure. I mean, that's part of the juggle, isn't it? You know, come sort of JJ time, you want your gear to be in as good a condition as you can, but we're now pretty well enforced to have to use it from this week on.
Yeah. More or less, that's right.
So the Smeg's got all its brand new gear on at the moment?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yep. Is that because you got a new boat? Is that the way?
Yeah, well, and it was just easy. I mean, we've got a big little main. You're going to use that, and then we've got a big #1 jib, which is the only jib we would have to fit that mast, because our old mast was a single spreader.
Right. So yeah, different setup completely.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't think we've only had the big mast up once this year, so you know, the little certainly gets a good lot of use.
Well, it has this spring.
Yeah.
Let's say that, eh?
Well, and everyone just gets a bit nervous. It sort of starts blowing 12 knots, and everyone starts thinking little rig. So,
I've noticed that. Yeah.
But that's where we've gone. I have noticed too, Jimmy, that Yandu's also gone back to the clubhouse.
Gone back to the stables?
Yeah.
The first race winner unable to complete.
That's right. So
that's a bit disappointing.
Can't have everything this season with his name on it.
No, that's true. Good call.
So we've been showing blistering speed so far this season.
So we're just inside 2 minutes, viewers, and fleet not racked up in any sense of the word, are they?
Well, no, Andu in the drink along with Burke and Head.
If you look at the boat going to them, that is a big fella.
Oh, yep, Coach Ian, he's out. So really, we've got Lazarus coming back on the start side, as is Shaw and Partners. Tech 2 loitering up this pin end of the line.
Loitering with intent. Smeg lining up for a pin job on starboard.
Correct.
About just nicely positioned there.
I think I like Tech 2's idea just to minimise how many tacks you do, because you can only go on starboard so far with the lee of Clark Island. Yeah,
absolutely. So just inside 1 minute.
50 seconds now.
Yeah. So we'd be on your boat, Coco, again. How about that? Or Noakes Blue at this end, ready to tack onto port. Tech 2 on port as well.
Yeah.
Shaw and Partners in the way to some degree. But, I mean, Tech 2 looking pretty confident for guys whose accommodation has been altered, shall we say.
Well, yeah, and with a bit of a broken fleet here, we've had a few in the drink and a couple of scratchings. There's plenty of room on the line, so
everybody on port except for Smeg.
So
13 seconds, Bucko.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yep. Oh well, if he's aiming for the pin, Trev's going to get it.
He'll get the pin. Shaw and Partners and Noakes.
6, 5,
and Tech 2 will go around the back of him. And there we go.
There's a gun.
Tech 2 Pro. Lazarus wins. Crosses everybody. How about that? He hasn't lost it, has he?
Does that?
By a nose.
He's got a nice little jump there.
And in the end, Smeg doesn't do a very good tack.
Well, actually, they didn't. Yeah, they struggled to lay that.
That's right.
It's just gone really soft here under Clark Island. So Dodds is going to, in Lazarus, is going to hurt just a little bit here.
Yeah, but
just going through a little transition, and then there's plenty of puff.
The lull's not a very big lull, Michael.
No.
Bit of covering from the ferry, that's always more dangerous.
You'll see you'll see Tech 2 just sort of shoot out here. Easy's going to get the puff before him.
Yeah.
But Lazarus starting to get it now. He's got the ferry beautifully covering him off too, which I'm sure there's a few swear words going on there. Or not.
Very polite sport we're in, isn't it, Cocker?
Yeah, it is. And breeze strengthening too. There's a big line up near that top mark, which, yeah, you'll see now Lazarus starting to be a bit more bow down, Bucko, to Tech 2 and those lead guys.
There's a cruising boat and a ferry on his air, more or less. The cruising boat pleasantly oblivious.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, he's all right. He's through.
One of your customers, Cocker.
Not quite. He's one of the opposition, but that's all right. They're out here having a go. Good luck to him.
They'll come around one day, won't they, Cocker?
Well, let's hope so. Yep. So we're just on Smeg here at the moment.
That's
They're just
Tech
up out.
2.
Oh, sorry, Tech 2. Yep. Red boat.
His red boat cable when you got Sean out here is very hard to pick from a distance. There's Smeg on screen.
How much is that red paint really expensive, Michael?
Well, we spent years trying to get red. When we were Thurlow Fisher, we were just white forever and a day, and I know Trent was always wanting a red boat. We finally got it onto a red boat, and it seemed to work. But now, interestingly enough, Sevi, who was red all his life, has now gone blue.
No accounting for taste, is there?
Yeah, they are. The 3 generations of Barnabases swinging it down.
Very nice blue it is. Anyway, yep.
We better shout out to Chrissy Barnabas, who's back home there with Maya. My wife Peg, they're having a big family gathering. Bottles of champagne, watching the grandfather and husband and son out there sailing.
Fantastic.
I think it'd be a pretty proud moment, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Incredible moment.
To go with your grandson.
Yep.
And there's young Jake, there wasn't room enough for him. He's gotten too big to be a baler boy.
Yeah, he's definitely sized up, hasn't he?
He'll get his turn. Oh, Lazarus just ate a bit of water.
Yeah. No way around that. And Tech 2 will lead, I think, here.
Oh, it's going to be close. No, Lazarus across them.
Okay.
Tech 2 just under, I think.
Yeah, right.
Oh, they might squeeze. No.
The ferry's done the best job of covering I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Lazarus, good bear away with not much speed. That's tricky. Tech 2 will be second. Noakes in third. Or Smeg in third, perhaps, yes. Indeed.
There might be a delayed set here. I think Lazarus are going to hold off.
Two-sail.
Oh, Tech 2, struggle. Main's dropped.
Tech 2, Jackie boy. Main on, please. All good.
Oh, I think he had to do that to save them. Now they're getting over the top of the...
Wow. That's a good bit of puff.
Yeah, nice little squirt there.
Oh, watch this.
Go, Trev. Just don't hit that white thing.
Looking wobbly.
He's right.
He's okay.
He's okay, but I tell you what, it's going to be a brave... He's going for it, but they're once they set this chute, they'll be pointing at Bradley's. They'll be slightly under the...
They'll be under the lay.
Under the lay for the bottom mark.
It looks like with these two, eh?
Oh, the Lazarus has got 2/3 of the way down without a chute.
Here we go. Whitty just about to roll over Smeg.
Yep.
Yeah. I think definitely holding off was the call.
No.
But hey, Trev's out here to have a good ride.
In the distance, Tech 2 and Lazarus both two sailing down the mark, so
Yeah.
let's see what happens here. Whitty's the master of this situation usually.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking time out of the leaders, but he's still got a couple of manoeuvres to do.
But a man's got to know when to drop, hasn't he?
Well, this is a tough manoeuvre. It's a drop and then a two-sail jibe.
Yep. But
You'd be praying for the jibe drop, wouldn't you? But
Yeah.
it's
Well, actually, it's lightning
easier
off
of a
now,
manoeuvre.
actually. So the guys with the chutes are coming at these two lead blokes that didn't set.
Blokes that they should have done well. Tech 2's
Yeah.
going to have to do it. A set and a jibe.
No, well, Whitty's definitely going to be inside Tech 2.
Yep. So Tech 2's
As will Smeg. They'll both call boy room on him, I'm sure.
Tech 2's just going to go there, main and jib, and just deal with it, sort of.
Now, this is going to be a tough one for the bowman. This is,
The ultimate jibe drop.
yeah, Trev's just going for it. Ooh.
Zach, here's the test, brother.
Come on, Zach.
1 boat length. It's a remarkable what they can do, though, isn't it? Sometimes.
Well, he's putting it in there. I think Whitty was kind to let him in, I think.
Oh, Whitty just was trying to conserve his own status there to some degree.
So I tell you what, this is a good battle because second and third in the first race. So for the overall, there's nothing in it, and we've just got, as I was saying, it's a test for the bowman to get that kite away. So they gave Zach absolutely zero time, but that's okay.
I gave him 1 boat length.
He made up a boat by doing
trying
it.
to sharpen him up to be like his old man, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I think Trent was happy he didn't have to go on the bow today. He said he could just yell at Zach.
That's right. I'm sure they're having a good day.
And the fin port there, top of screen, they're well and truly off the map. They're well below Bradley's head at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, but Lazarus in a pretty commanding spot there. He's got the rest of the fleet behind and Delured, and he's almost on lane. Yeah, Finport's going to have plenty on here.
And a nice angle back for the Lazarus. Should be able to get the job done. Finport going in for the drop. Not bad. All parties pretty good, I reckon, Jimmy, don't you?
Yep. And then just to the left of that last little screen, we just had the Birkenhead just getting up from another swim.
I think time for them to
Go to the 19th.
go to the 19th hole, perhaps. Breeze just steady back down here, down to perhaps 16. Coco, what do you think? A bit more, 18?
Yeah, well,
Spiky.
and gone left. So,
Yeah.
So Tech 2 that rounded behind both Noakes and Smeg have just rotated inside. They're about to get a big puff on now.
Yep.
So you've probably got Tech 2 in second and Noakes in third. It's close, not much in it. It'll all come down to who can tack their boat. And you've got Birkenhead coming across on starboard. It's going to cause them a little bit of curry too.
Wow.
So it's a drag race to this top mark. These 3 boats on screen are chasing Lazarus, who's probably 10 seconds off attack.
Good stuff.
It'll probably come down to who's going to be brave enough to set the shoot.
Well, looking at the angle, Lazarus went up the beat at it. It is just a shoot, yeah?
Yeah, well, Lazarus is setting now.
Yeah. So they've got enough margin they can set and pull it off if they have to.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
As of last time, they all got sort of
If
sucked
they
up
can
under the
stay
island.
upright.
Yeah, they're good. Good recovery. Here we go. So the breeze is just...
Lifted off on these 3 at the top mark, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
just
a big
gone
spiky one just going over the camera boat right now.
Yeah. So for the viewers, here's a bit of Sydney Harbour bad. Spiky, wind just absolutely lifted off. The boats were briefly stationary, and the next puff is rotated in about 18 knots.
So it looks like Tech 2 underlaid that.
Tech 2's short.
Yeah. Smeg around now. In a reasonable little puff here. Questionably, will they set? There's a big one coming out of here. Yeah, they'll set.
Yeah, they'll set.
Whitty round now. On the nose.
Hold on, will Whitty set? That's the big question.
Oh, yes. Yes, no.
He's got
Smeg's
this.
gone.
Oh, no.
Smeg's gone.
Oh!
Whitty will be going for it 100%.
Just off screen, yeah. Smeg got the kite up, but then not sure what happened,
Got
actually.
that tack in the water, I think, Michael.
Was it?
Yep. Yeah.
So Tech 2 in hot pursuit of Noakes. So they're going the set, and Whitty will match them, no doubt. Lazarus have had to knock off their chute down near the finish, and they're going to 2-sail up.
Wow. See how much water came out of Noakes Blue's chute on the set. 3 gallons. Oh, Smeg's there for a little while. Coco.
Yeah, they're just trying to get away that kite. They're all good. We're on Tech 2, some nice aerial shots now. Looks like they'll be fine. They should lay this to the finish. Off screen, but Lazarus has just gone across the line to win the race. Noakes, and Noakes in a comfortable second. Well, I shouldn't say comfortable. He's got Tech 2 breathing down his neck, but it should be okay just across the finish line. He's got one little heading puff coming in about 30 seconds, which might cause him a bit of grief.
Good day out, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is remarkable when you watch the races, Coco, from this platform is just how close the boat's speeds are, you know, straight line downwind, except Tech 2's got a little more than everybody else, or has had.
A little more pace?
Yep, just a frac. Everybody else the same speed, more or less?
He'll change his technique, I think. He'll start sitting in.
Start sitting in.
It's working for Woody.
Yeah, right. When you're fast, new and light, Coco, you know.
Yes.
As we said at the beginning, so Tech 2 third. As we said at the beginning, boats don't, sometimes they start off perfectly, they don't get any better, they get slower as they age.
That's true.
Yeah, you know that. Come on.
Yep, Shaw and Partner's there and a nice little curly.
Oh, and he's got a beauty coming for him.
Ugh. Here we go.
Absolutely, Frank Hyde's gust of the day upon them now.
Yeah, they're right on the boat.
If that.
That's beautiful, flat water.
Oh, not bad.
Thanks for coming.
For sure. Oh, they're going to get there. Body language says all good. Fantastic.
Nice work. And Finport further up the track, just on shot now.
Yep.
So I did just see my boat. I'm going to plug it hard today, the Smeg. Yeah, they got it up. They looked like they were away and had another little nosedive. So she's back in the drink again.
There'll be complaints by Mr. Trevor, do you think?
Oh, you'll be feeling it.
Yeah, of course. Finport coming on a screamer also. That's pretty fresh there, Michael, isn't it?
Yeah. The dream team. Well, they've done well. Keep it upright.
Awesome. Oh, well, just to fight the good fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Gee whiz, you know.
Well, just to jump in the car and drive all the way down from the lake.
Yeah.
You're going to see those three guys burning around next week in the Sail GP, so it's going to be pretty cool to watch as well. But we'll be back here on Sunday, this Sunday and next Sunday to cover all this.
I've got a good enough handle on it. Just need about another 151,500 hours, Coco. That'll do the trick, wouldn't it? Like everything.
Absolutely. We haven't got a rainbow in the distance.
Well, we are a little blessed. The forecast very strong spiky bit hasn't turned up yet. And Finport on screen, shoot down, comfortable.
The last one I think we're waiting on is the Smegglers, but they're...
Yeah, they're upside down.
Bit of a dilemma for the committee now. Do they just keep rolling or give them 5 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know. You think they'll do a third race?
No, that's the plan. It was always the plan, you know, subject to the wind not getting over 25, sort of, more or less. So things are going
they'll
all
go
right.
again.
Yeah, you know, the wind's rotated, but it hasn't freshened. And, you know, for the viewers, the wind readings from south of here have been pretty stupendous the last 24, 48 hours. You know, gusts recorded at Montague Island of, you know, plenty of instances up 45 to 50 knots.
There's our signals, guys, 5 minute signals.
Okay.
Just been flowing.
So the committee has opted to continue, Coco. You'll have to talk up the Smeg out of the tide, mate. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a shame. That's all right.
He's got the shirt on. There you go. We'll get it one way or the other.
That's right.
Okay, so it's a race in how many?
No, they're going to get up, and they probably will finish. They're entitled to finish.
You think?
Yeah, they are entitled to finish.
Not when they've just put the start flags back up for the third race. I think that's scrapped. He's going to be last in the race anyway. He'll be fine.
That's right.
Hopefully he can get back for the third race.
They seem to be struggling for some reason. Anyway, on screen, Noakes Blue, slightly better, but still couldn't get to the first mark in the lead, which probably pretty important on this little track, isn't it?
That jib of his might have something to do with it.
Correct. Doesn't look the newest, doesn't look quite right.
So you've seen the form. Who's your pick? Race 3.
Race 3, Smeg upright. Going to be late though.
I might jump on my mate Doz for the 2 in a row.
He looked pretty good, didn't he? Looked calm.
On the Lazarus.
On the Lazarus.
He sort of says that he's missing it, but then
Yeah.
you're sort of going, well, you're going to chuck a team together, and he's like, nah, it's too much.
No, the time commitment is substantial.
Especially when he's making good money on a Saturday offloading houses.
The Sydney real estate market's so hot it burns people. Does in which the cheap seats is he, Jimmy? I don't think so.
Very cheap seats for he sells. No, not at all. Gorman and Partners up there at Mossman. If you're looking at offloading your house and you live over that way, give Doz a call.
Yeah, but minimum house price, what, Jimmy, 5?
He'll start it anywhere. He'll sell you a
He'll sell you
garage.
for 5 if you want.
Yeah, he'll sell you a one-car garage over there for $5 million.
But you know what I mean? It's a cupboard costs about $2.5 million, a double cupboard 5, and a house more than 5, right?
Oh.
Oh my God.
Okay. It's all right, viewers. We're just checking out a small little collision between a fin and a skiff.
In which the skiff usually comes off second best because the inertia of the fin is substantial. Fin dinghy.
Oh, not easy. You can have that.
No, you can have that. Exactly. So that was the Birkenhead and the fun. Unfortunate. So just coming to 2 minutes, I think.
Oh, there we go.
Oh
dear.
And the
just at the end of the day, you'd be happy about that, wouldn't you, being that fin sailor?
A few polite words being said there, no doubt.
Fin upside down, Birkenhead on its side.
As long as we can count all the people, that's all that matters from here.
Yeah, no.
Fleet lining up. 140. Not many boats on the start line. Tech 2, Lazarus, Finport, Noakes Blue will get there.
Yep. Sure, Partners in the tide as well.
Smeg's going to be late.
Do you reckon Nathan Goobs and Kyle could make a bit more of a... They show good straight line speed in the first one. They're lining up for the port hander. If they can keep it upright, they'll be...
Well,
they're probably saving it to the last.
They're the right distance away from the line, Jimmy. 1 minute 10 at full speed, right?
Parko setting up early for the port hander.
Yeah, I've got to say, Parko's looked the most composed, I think, in aggregate, hasn't he?
Oh, he certainly looks the good. He's an athlete. He's been working out.
Yep.
Jack's been working out. He was out doing wind readings this morning. I saw him out on Celestial doing some Hobart training on the 52. And I'd say
full time.
Louis was with him too. Yeah.
Full time. The short part is coming in hot from the windward side. Nice.
Yeah.
Can't use that.
Certainly the port tack seems to be the favoured way to go.
Yeah. So on screen, Noakes Blue sort of leading them in, but a bit early, just coming towards 15 seconds. Smeg got around the back of the committee boat and he's...
He's just tacked over onto port as well. Just got to...
and
here we go.
Tech 2's won the fight at the windward end. How about that?
Yep, and Birkenhead. Well, actually, Finport sneaking through there too. Your man Dozer, Jimmy, not as good a start this time.
I think he just wanted to work on his start line etiquette with Whitty.
Dug the starters a little bit generous today, which is good. Give them all an easy line.
Yeah.
Well, they're all upright and all going, so that's the main thing.
So that's a bit of a miracle, isn't it? The Smegler's got
And they're all right, yeah.
it going again. Good shot.
Just got there in time.
Yep.
Got some catching up to do though.
Yeah. So the breeze, no different to last time. Bit of up and down, up and down, up and down. In the lee of Clark here a little bit. Birkenhead Point legging out on the leeward edge. Sneak going fast down there as well. Tech 2 though did lead. Probably Birkenhead leads at this instant. And
yeah, Tech 2 are going to get a bit of pressure on them shortly, which I think they'll still be in a reasonable commanding position. Although Birkenhead have really shot out well. Hugh Stoddard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
New lineup.
Hubert's certainly keeping his fitness levels up. He's a bit of an extreme kayaker and runner and what have you. Hasn't been in the 18s for a while, but he won't lack fitness. And then Nath Wilmot on Shore and Partners just putting the pedal to the metal there at the moment as they contend with a couple of yachts. Fine looking Beneteau. A couple of fine looking Beneteaus actually.
Who do you represent, Michael?
So we're in a bit of a yacht race here. It looks like they're all going around the same mark as us. Oh, they're going around the big naval buoy.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
The old Friday Twilight from the Royal Sydney Yacht Squadron, I believe. Yeah, the yacht's reaching into the mark on starboard, the skiff fleet upwind on port.
Breeze is sort of moderated a little.
Yep. Holding off, holding off.
I'd say Tech 2's probably just got it still. Birkenhead and Finport also just sort of close to probably top 3. Just depends on what they get up near this top mark because it
There's going to be wind by the look of
quickly
that.
flicks.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little righty on this starboard ley line,
Yeah.
which will help Shore and Partners coming back. But big lefty coming in about a minute's time, so
have a look at that one. Woohoo.
that'll affect their decision whether to set their spinnakers or not.
Yeah, no, that looks like enough of a header. You'd be two sailing, Coro. And they're going to be around the mark on the face of it, more or less, aren't they? Here comes Tech 2.
Yeah, they'd be delaying. They'll delay setting that for sure.
And I'll be looking at that puff going, oh. Ooh. Ooh.
Yep. They've managed to get around just before this puff's going to hit. I think you'll see a couple of nosedives here.
Yeah, the guys further back have got a more difficult job.
Yeah.
Particularly if you come round at down speed. A la Birkenhead, here goes the puff.
Oh, brave call. Anyway, shoots are going up. Pressure's coming.
Tech 2's gone, two sail.
Yeah, they're two sailing.
At full noise.
Yeah, these guys will do the same. They'll just hold off.
There you go. So I did put the mocker on Lazarus.
Weedy knocking off shoot now.
That was quick. All good. So good drone picks there. The breeze so far forward, it's a two-sail reach.
So Lazarus sort of around in about 7th or 8th. Birkenhead with the kite up just sending it. So it's, I'd say those boys are happy just to go for a good kite ride.
Yeah, well, they've got around the leeward side of the keelboat fleet pretty convincingly, haven't they?
They have. Now they're going to go back through them though. Tech 2 almost at the bottom mark. We're on Smeg now. Team Barnabas. And your favourite there, Jimmy, young Dozzer on Lazarus. Marcus, I saw him before today's proceedings. He was nicely dressed up in a collared shirt heading out for a Christmas dinner, I think. So I'll give my boat over to Dozzer.
Knowing Doz will just leave it rigged up in the park for Marcus to pick up Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, this Tech 2 are away on this one. There'll be no catching them unless they put it in the drink.
Yes, a bit of jibing down Hillmane and Jib.
Birkenhead actually have done well. So most of the other boats who didn't set have sort of ended up quite high and under the lee of Clark, where Birkenhead have come in hot.
No, he's started well, hasn't he, Hugh?
Yeah. Just got to watch this jibe now as he goes around the mark.
Excitement time.
He's going wide. Yeah, watch. Oh, no problem.
But not bad.
Yep,
A nice mast didn't leave upright, so pretty good.
Yeah.
So Noakes Blue in close company.
Have you been keeping a score sheet, Bucko?
In my head.
In your head, this is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, I think Whitty would be in a pretty. Be looking pretty good, wouldn't he?
Whitty or Parko, one or the other, yeah?
Yeah.
As we make our way back up the beat. Just on with Shaw and partners, and Whitty just down on his port bow. And a tight second with Birkenhead, Point Marina. Certainly quick races.
They couldn't be any shorter, could they?
Need to do a few more of these on a Sunday just to get the skills back up. I do find that funny. You get the old boys with tired legs and we go and sit them on 3 quick fast races. I think they just prefer to hang back in the saddle and do a nice big long harbour course myself, but we'll ask them at the end of the day, see what they think. Certainly gives us something new to talk about each race.
That's right. Well, there's such a premium, though, on the start line, isn't there? It's off the line if you're good. Race is sort of more or less over, you know, so...
Yeah, well, that was it, wasn't it? Both starts, whoever's on port off the pin.
And when you know that the committee's unlikely to call you back for being a little forward...
Yeah, well, the old Hetzel hasn't hurt them here. These Tech 2 are about to go around. You'll see there's a little puff on the water. Shouldn't cause them too much trouble.
Geez, they don't mind a fine ley line, do they? Here we go. Big puff, though.
Yeah.
And he will set a shoot, I think, because the
yeah, got a little nervous there.
Yeah. Fair enough,
Nice.
too.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's the thing. You just got to pick your timing. Quite often you get that rush of blood when the boat's not quite flat or into windward, and you pull her away, and it doesn't always end well.
Coco, we've got some good footage of you doing exactly that, I think, somewhere in the vault.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I remember a few of those times, and Frank Queerley seems to always seem to be there with his camera getting us, and they're the shots he published.
Lurking.
Like, come on, Frank.
Lurking nearby.
Yeah. Oh, you got to be trying, don't you?
Yeah. I remember one up in Double Bay, Michael, where we did say you're in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to get inside the Bing Lee, I think it was. That was Mika.
Yeah. And
they're all pretty memorable.
No.
There's not many I've forgotten.
Nothing good about it, is there?
Nah. Does Birkenhead get around?
Yeah. On the face of a bit of a screamer. They will have to set that to get down, I think, by the look of all that. Tech 2 off in the distance.
Yeah, Tech 2 have had to set. Finport round now.
So those boys have had an entertaining day out, haven't they?
Oh, I'm sure.
It's fantastic, though, to see them here. Amazing.
A bit of cross-training, they don't seem to mind it, do they?
No, not at all.
Well, Kyle's done a bit too back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
I think he cut his teeth on the high-performance skiffs. I think he was sort of racing out of the CY, doing the youth development, and then got on a boat, sailed for a couple of seasons, and then he got himself a dream run over on the America's Cup, didn't he?
That's right.
Rest is history. Well, he's still making history, I suppose.
Wow.
He's got plenty happening.
Got a bit of puffon.com there.
Yeah, wine glass just coming out now.
Stick her up, brother.
looks
Check
comfortable
two
lay
off
to the
in
finish now.
Distance going
Yeah.
for the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Whitty sort of snuck back up in a second. That'd be enough for him to clinch it, I'm sure.
I think a 4, a 3 and a 2, yeah. Oh, here goes Lazarus. No. Just a big lull. Rescued by the sheet hand.
Yeah, Dozza probably needed a bit of that. He's had a few Christmas parties of late, I've heard. A lot of these skiff guys get out and do the... been doing a bit of the maxis, you know. Marcus is... You've probably spoken about it before, but a bit of a team there on the 72. I think 3/4 of them are 18-foot skiff sailors. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know how well that goes offshore in an ocean.
No, I think they're pretty good, you know.
Yeah, no, it is. I think they've got the wise Mothy on board too, don't they?
Yeah, they've got a mixture of young and old, and
Yeah.
and some very experienced people.
And Sean, we're missing Sean today, but he's had plenty on commitments with his money penny, and you know he's got plenty happening.
The boat's looking a treat, the Money Penny. It looks like back when it
Yeah.
was built.
Oh, the Finport had a quick drop going there. Yeah, talking with, like, I sort of helped Sean unrig a bit last week. He said, "Look, I've got to run. I've got to go to a meeting. 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon." Yeah.
Yeah, just on Shore and Partners coming back from the top mark. They had a quick swim whilst they were into Windward, just trying to get around that mark, but they're away and going. And just on their back of, behind them is Smeg. These will be the last 2 boats to finish.
Wow. Shore and Partners absolutely at full tilt.
Well, it was a couple of good rides these guys were after. They're getting that.
Yep.
The racing was, whilst it was, you know, action-packed at the start, it became a bit of a drag race, but, you know, that's what these guys are probably in for.
Shore and Partners is going to have to rag their chute a little bit through the back of this puff. Are they going to drop? No.
No,
Gonna
come on.
shoot.
No, there's plenty of line there.
Plenty of line. Yeah, righto, Jimmy.
Rip it on.
Nathan used to do a bit of the 18s back in the day too.
Yep. Yep.
In fact, that was the first time I even sailed an 18. We had to try and qualify him for the Gilton. Back then you had to
Yeah.
for more boats than they'd let you race.
Yep.
He gave me his boat with a broken little rig, so we only had big rig. and it was about a 25 knot forecast we had to get
Perfect.
around. So he stitched me up there. But good to have Nath back.
And as you can see, viewers, today's race is brought to you by our good friends at Birkenhead Point Marina. Just chasing up to get onto the swag and bring the Barnaby home.
They're just having a tussle with a another Beneteau by the look of it. Just sitting in its lee. I think they just got to pull it on.
Hard to make the 18 go slow enough to get around the back of a keel boat.
Yeah.
Almost impossible. And you watch. They'll stay overlapped.
Oh.
Need to do the full wing dip. Polite discussion, you sure?
Oh, they're just taking it easy. Nursing at home.
We're going to drop the chute and 2 sail.
Yeah, why not?
Fair enough too.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
He's going to struggle to get around the back of him.
He's got to stop. Go the full by the lee, wing dip, dial up.
Big puff up here too. This is
Yep.
not going to be easy.
There's
Hopefully they got their heads out of the boat.
There's a dial up. Oh, they've always got their heads out of the
They're
boat.
about to get 18 knot puff hit them with wave.
Yeah, more than 18, Coco, I'd suggest.
Oh, this
Here's the
Here we
aforementioned
go.
build, I believe. Bit of 20 here, guys. Do not bear away.
yeah.
More than 20. Plenty of vang on and nowhere to go.
Oh. No, he'll be right. He's just coming up here to a bit of the softer stuff. There goes Trev. Beautifully done. You'll sleep well tonight. Certainly after a couple of swims, it's not easy.
No, that'll be good. But,
Nor is a westerly. They're horrible.
I think well done to the committee though. 3 little races in 1 hour, and got a little bit lucky with the weather. I think a little ominous bit of grey cloud coming in, and we did see a puff there that the Smeg boys dealt with that was above what we've seen the rest of the day. So perhaps by 7 the racecourse would have become a little too difficult. But 3 2-lap windward lewards in 1 hour, that's all you need for a week's exercise.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, a remarkable thing. 3 generations of Barnabas in one ship. They won a race and then they had a few little upsets, but...
Second, I think they got, didn't they? First race.
Oh, I'm sorry, second.
First race was their...
Indeed.
Yeah, Woody won that and he went in. But they'd be happy. Actually, they probably wouldn't be happy. They'd be pretty peeved to have a swim, let's face it. But, I think it's good. Zach drove all the way down from Byron Bay to come and do it. And Trev's always been obviously a good supporter of Zach, following him around the country doing his 29 of sailing and flying 11. Not a bad coach and mentor to have.
Well, remarkable, the 2 boys, particularly Zach and Trent. I know you've had the benefit of Trent's expertise over a long period, and still one of the best athletes that we've seen in this sport.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, and he just thrives on it. I think that's the thing. It's a confidence thing, you know, when you're sitting in the park and it is blowing 25 and you see grins on his face. It's kind of a nice thing to...
No, exactly.
Knowing you're going out with someone who thinks that way.
He thinks it's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing worse when people are sitting there biting their fingernails, worried about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Zach's much the same in terms of that mentality. He's just starting to learn the ropes, so hopefully we can, you know, we'll get back into the boat soon and get the boat up to speed.
Yeah.
I think the boat's going well. We've been doing a little bit of frigging in the rigging with young Baz.
Yeah.
He's been helping us a lot to put the boat together, and now it's just a matter of us trying to get in the boat and sail it.
No, that's right. And,
So-
you know, I don't know how many times Zach's been around the track at an 18, but it wouldn't be all that many, would it? And it is, whilst superficially similar, it's quite different to the 16. The Barrowman's job is nearly completely different in all reality.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, well, you look at them, there's not too much difference in the physique, but I think just to wrangle that kite, it's 3 times as heavy as a 16 from what I'm told.
Yeah. And
I'm happy not to touch it either.
Wouldn't know. We don't touch it. Neither of us.
come on, you boys. But equally, Michael, you know, the amount of adjustment that goes on in the 16 is about 3 times what happens on these boats in terms of, those small sail adjustments, van cutting them and so on, and retention. So different job completely. And also the idea that the forward hand's steering the boat out of the tack, you know, it's something to get used to. You know, you just got to be very attentive to where the bow is out of the tack and sort out what hasn't been sorted before. Anyway, viewers, hope you enjoyed that. It's been a terrific effort from the crews. Fantastic, as we've noted, the Barnabases. But I'm particularly impressed by the America's Cup boys, Langford, Goobs, Jensen and Outeridge in an 18 and making a pretty fair fist of it. Fantastic day, as it always is. Thanks, Coco. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Chits, Dylan and Piers at the back of the bus. Sydney Harbour, looking forward to seeing you again on Sunday. Camera Cat standing by.